How you doing? I'm Anthony Mather from the band Tactical Sekt and side project Crash, and we're here in my studio, Sekt Studios, with Erik here. I started doing music back in 1999 with my original band, Aslan Faction, and I did that for about 4 years until I started Tactical Sekt as a side project, and it just took off from there. I've always been into music. Started when I was just a kid. My parents got me organ lessons, and I was completely useless. I found out, but I still liked making tunes and songs and just sitting by myself for hours. Trying to make some modicum of sense out of the keyboard, and nothing really happened until 1999, and I moved to the UK. Didn't know a lot of people. Bought a chord keyboard from a tiny little music shop secondhand, and put everything together and figured it all out and started making music. I've only been in El Paso about 5 years. Was born in the UK, moved to Utah when I was about 4, and then off to California and various other places, and found myself here. It changes. It's very fluid. I mean, I can hear all sorts of influences on my music. I mean, I'm a huge classical music fan. Love Bach, and especially Bach's keyboard pieces. Really, what I try and do is I will really take an overall soundscape and try and have it take me somewhere first, and then once it starts taking me somewhere, I'll evolve that. But there's all sorts of influences, bands that I love, from the industrial stuff. I mean, I've always been a huge Suicide Commando fan, Hocico, some of the old school industrial, Front 242, Frontline Assembly. All those sort of are interwoven with my music. But yeah, I can't nail it down to one. It's fluid, and hopefully that's a good thing. Yeah, I went on the Axis of Evil tour with
Very
Suicide Commando around Europe, and that was a blast. That was 12 days of absolute mayhem, nightliner, city after city after city, and it was with good friends. The industrial music scene, as it's known here, is just rife with labels, and I mean, every day there's a different label. I've heard Tactical Sekt called Electro, Dark Electro, Dark EBM, etc., etc. Psycho Polka. I'm not really big on labels. I just call it electronic music. I think once you start pigeonholing yourself, putting all your eggs in one basket, then your imagination sort of stops at the label, and I think that's a terrible shame. There's so many talented musicians out there that seem afraid because of the label they've adopted to move outside that, and so I just go and say, yeah, I make electronic music. No, absolutely not. I like to sit, drink, and moke the night away.
There you go.
I live vicariously through other people.
Very cool.
I've been very, very blessed. I've been very lucky to be able to go around the world and, go to different countries, different cities, meet thousands upon thousands of people. And it's hard to say, which one I love the best, because each different culture, each different scene, there's something to take from it and something just to say, hey, that's really neat. I really love playing the Netherlands. The crowds in the Netherlands and in and around Amsterdam are so appreciative and loud, and they feed me. And one of the things that I say on stage is, hey, the crazier you get, the crazier I get. Because as Tactical Sekt, we really sort of live by the philosophy that everybody in the venue is in the band that night.
Okay.
And if everybody's moving together, then we do better, and the whole place has a feeling that is, it's undescribable. And yeah, so I mean, I think the Netherlands, followed very closely by Mexico City.
Nice.
Mexico City is just an amazing scene. It's an amazing scene filled with amazing people, and I've been on stage in Mexico where they won't let me off the stage. They want more and more and more, and that's great. That's great. Yeah, I love climbing. So I mean, very lucky to have some decent mountains close to here, and take the kids climbing up to the top, much to my wife's dismay. You know, dangling them off cliffs and things like that. I like to be out in the desert, walking my dog, you know, shooting. I like to shoot. You know, I'm sure that'll make a lot of people in the scene's head spin. But you know, hey, deal with it. Oh, the list is long but distinguished. Stealing from Goose from Top Gun. I mean, the classical music, of course, some people find that incredibly nerdy. You know, I think that's becoming more accepted now. Ashamed? I'm not ashamed of anything I listen to. However, I may mumble, you know, things like Deadmau5 and dubstep, and you know, things like that under my breath for shame that some crazy rivet head might drill me into the deck at a concert.
Cool.
But, yeah, no, all sorts of stuff. I mean, I like country music as well. You know, country rock, you know, blues. You know, life's too short to be boxed in one genre of music. You can take something that you like from everything. Yeah, keep plugging away, you know, just keep doing things, and don't try and sound like anybody else. You know, take influences from people, you know, be in the scene that you want to be in, you know, make the music, but don't say, hey, I want to sound like Tactical Sekt and make it, you know, make something just like Tactical Sekt. I mean, it's for other musicians, it's very, you know, complimentary. But it's not going to do anything for their career. Plus, you probably got way more talent than Tactical Sekt. You know, get out there and make something new and revolutionary, and you know, you'll be the one who's got the people screaming at the clubs rather than a hack like me. So. Oh wow, yeah, I'm kind of a celluloid freak, so. You know, a lot of people in this scene would say the horror genre. But no, I'm into, you know, sappy dramas and you know, real sort of emotional. I mean, Shawshank Redemption's probably my favorite film. Right now, I've got a lot of side project stuff that's ready to go, and you know, I'd like to sort of put that to bed first. And I think, you know, if I finally could stop myself from writing songs, I could get something out, turn my attention back to Tactical Sekt, and so yeah, that my goal is to get a Tactical Sekt album put out this year. You know, the fans have been patient and always supportive, and that's appreciative. We have a couple shows coming up. We're playing the Dark Munich Festival in about 10 days from now in Munich, Germany. And Germany's always a great place for us. And we're playing with 52 other electronic bands. That's going to be just insane. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. And then off to someplace I haven't been before, and that is Calgary, Canada, where we're going to be playing the Terminus Festival with a lot of familiar faces. And that's going to be insane. Canada's always a blast. Then it's back to the United States. We're showing Los Angeles in July, and then the same weekend we're playing in Tijuana, Mexico. It is. That's one of the weird things about, you live in 2014, and technology is everywhere. You can call wherever at the push of a button, but it's immensely difficult a lot of the times when you're overseas to find a Wi-Fi hotspot to check your Facebook, write your wife an email or what have you. It's sometimes impossible to find a phone that works. We're all used to having a phone in our pocket and we can call anytime. And that's been difficult. Being away, 1,000 miles, 5,000 miles from my wife and kids, and not being able to say goodnight. It's those are things that take a guy out of his comfort zone when he's used to something, and that's difficult. But my wife is a trooper, and she's dealt with it, and I deal with it, and she assumes that I'm okay, which is good. So she doesn't worry herself too much. First of all, thanks for sharing the time with me and coming to the studio and checking things out. And to everybody reading or watching or listening or whatever medium that you happen to be, unfortunately, exposing me to you. Thanks for your support. Thanks for always standing by us. Thanks for being as aggressive as hell and giving us energy when we're on stage. Supportive as heck when we're on Facebook or via email. Thanks for talking to your promoters to get us out there and to play for you. It's an honor to being able to sit where I sit and to hang out with everybody and share a little bit of my life with you. So from that, just thank you and stay freaking aggressive.